Headshot.
Double kill!
Okay, just one more level.
What? A mushroom? What kind of Mario game is this? I thought you put in Nazi zombies.
I thought I did too.
What? You must have the wrong game.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Mushrooms are a lot like zombies in a couple ways. They feed off of living things, which is the reason zombies are active in the game in the first place. And a certain type of mushroom called cordyceps infect insects, specifically carpenter ants, and make them act in ways similar to zombies. The fungus grows inside the ant and feeds off a non-vital internal organ. It grows inside the brain and releases the chemicals that manipulate the insect's behavior. In the end, it kills the ant by eating its brain. Cool, hey?
Spores are actively dispersed by forcible ejection from fungi to achieve maximum dispersal and infection. Contact with the spores is what infects the ant and starts the whole process. Spores are ejected from the reproductive parts of the fungi, which most people would call a mushroom. The cordyceps infects by contact between the spores and the host. Run away from the cordyceps like you would run away from a zombie.
If the infected ant is discovered by other ants, the colony, in a similar way to humans, can detect the infection based on its behavioral changes. They also have a method in which the host ant can be put into isolation. This is done by physically moving the ant far away from the colony in an attempt to avoid any further infections of other members from the spores of newly developing mushrooms.
The cordyceps fungus injects the host with a neurotoxin that controls the brain of the host. This control is then used to have the host move to a desired location for mushroom and spore development. Ants infected with cordyceps use their mandibles to move up or down the tree. They then grip a leaf or branch before dying. This grip is known as the death grip, keeping the host in place. Cordyceps not only infects ants, but also other insects and some fungi varieties. Elaphomyces is a fungi genera that can be a cordyceps host. The cordyceps feeds off of the underground fruiting body and sends up the mushroom where it is visible on the surface.
About 1 week after the ant has died, from the fungi eating away at its brain, it begins to grow out of the ant. Different species of cordyceps grows out of different parts of the ant, many out of the head and others out of the legs or midsection. These species can be identified by the size and shape of their spores. At an early stage of development, the fungi are highly vulnerable to infection by hyperparasitic fungi. If infected, the mushroom will be unable to produce spores. Therefore, the mushrooms which reach sexual maturity have highly efficient immune systems. Once it has finished growing, the spores are released and the zombie ant population grows.
So we've learned a lot about the infection side of how mushrooms are like zombies. But what about zombies being parasites by eating living things? Well, mushrooms do feed off of living things as well as recently dead things that they have killed. Mushrooms that feed off of living things live in an intimate association with a different kind of organism, being the host, from which it obtains its food. The benefit to the mushroom comes with damage to the host. Damage to the host is not limited to the loss of nutrients used by the parasite. These fungi have crude methods of penetration. In order for the parasite to begin its feeding off of the host, it must first establish itself in a bruise or wound on the damaged host. The same way wounds attract zombies to humans. To launch an attack on a healthy host, the parasitic mushroom must have a good food base to supply its needs, otherwise the mushroom will likely perish from starvation.